Shalom. This is a Sarba Yasrala out of the Lions Den camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, I would like to praise, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son in the proper true Hebrew tongue. Call Allah Allah, Yahweh Bashma Shai, Bashem, Habakak Wadas Ma'amah. Also, the bonus of the elder apostle GMS, the bonus of my elder as well. A hard one by Shirala. Peace and blessings to 1/3, and salutations to those for elect. There's gonna be a lesson going on, a quick lesson. Just like phony balonies. We got a lot of that going on a very small scale. Of course these churches, and then you have of course the 2/3 Israelite camps. You know, it's a topic that probably have been talked about, but hey, you can see where these like camps, two-thirds Israelite camps kind of get their their pony show and their pridefulness from is from these mega churches, man. Because all IOIC is doing is is displaying their quote unquote power. They don't have no true militarism. You know, we are in Esau's world, so it's not no true militarism when it's not ran when we don't run the country. Esau does. He has the sword. He has nuclear power, so he controls that. You know. And when IOIC is displaying their men and all that, stuff and like that, it may look military, like it looks like the military, it looks um, manly, so to speak. But ultimately, it's just pride and shoot, they call the Lord Christ, knowing that that's not his name, knowing that the word Christ going back to Krishna, and that's an Elamite deity, knowing that the true name of the Father is Yahweh. Everyone knows that, and the Son being Yahweh Shai, everyone knows that, but they still call him Christ. That's pride. That's that's false prophets right there, and just going on. The dude Drewski, I'm gonna put that at my at my thumbnail. But it was him and another actual quote unquote real pastor, real, He's not an actual pastor. He don't go out and teach. He shave his beard, shave his head, probably eat pork. But it's a very flamboyant church pastor. They got a whole bunch of those. It's America, it's Babylon, Sodom and Egypt. Nonetheless, it was a video that came out, but it was a video that came out with Drewski, and not to get too secular, but basically just copying him. And I think Drewski, our elder Zaquan did the lesson on that, because Drewski he was mocking Israelites, but you can see where he got his information from. He got it from IUIC. He got his format from IUIC, because if he was copying actual men of the Lord, it would be way more austere. You can't really copy that type of. You can't really copy the actual real fruit, but you can copy someone that is copying is being copied anyways. It's copying other people anyways. Like IOIC or Zakar, they're trying to copy the Black Panthers or Sunni Muslims, Christian churches. They're trying to copy what a real man of the Lord is, but they cannot be that because they are not that. And the Lord is making it be shown through their fruits. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 30. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that being added sin to sin." Actually, I'm gonna go down, because I want to get first. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to verse 9. It says, Isaiah chapter 30 and 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh. We say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not. Unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. All right. So the common churches now, these mega churches that you see Drewski copy, that's what goes on. You see people in leotards and dancing and quote, they call it praise, quote unquote praise and quote unquote worship. That's not what that is. You would be calling them at the true name. And of course, it kind of gets secular, because we know this about churches. And of course, IOIC is no different, because they get same Phony show from these mega churches, and they just entangle it with a slight bit of entry level knowledge to being a Hebrew Israelite, and entry level, something that a person information that you can get from like one conversation. And that's literally all they have. That's the only good thing they got going. But anything else is off. All right. It says, verse 11, get out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay therein. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at the instant. Reread verse 11. It says, get ye out of the way, turn aside and out of the path, out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us. And as you know, IUIC, shoot, you can say I would say Zakari and say the ISUBK and GOCC, all them quote unquote Israelite, well them Israelite, but not of Israel, false Israelite camps. They might say the name Yahweh or Yahweh Shah, but their prophecies be off. Going into the MOTB, it can be an embargo, it can be a credit card, it can be the passing of Christ, it can be this and that and this. They off, their fruits is off. You can tell by their fruits. They got thistles. um and of course IUIC is the top one, because that's you say your Hebrews, like the first one you hear is purple and gold. No, no, no. That's not what that's not want to hear. That's not what you want to hear either. Because they are not, they are just men pleasers. Literally. Men pleasers. They want to please themselves, and they want to please others. They're doing it they got a 501c3 charter, bro. Like, did I say more? And their leader, Bishop Nate Snake, um wanted money for the name Yahweh Shai, couldn't get it, so he went to the name Christ, and he still said Yahweh Shai sometimes. They'll say it sometimes. But ultimately, that's you don't want the Lord to be glorified. That's verse 11. It's caused the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Man, they don't want that. Bishop don't what you call it? Nate the Snake don't want that. Most of our people don't want it. 2/3 of our people don't want the Holy One to be the Holy One of Israel to be glorified. They want him to cease from before us. I said, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despises his word and trusts in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach or to fall. So a breach, man, is ready to fall. Everything they have built up, the mega churches, I see got a whole bunch of them headquarters and places and stuff, all that. Because none of them really even go out for real. They go out from time to time. All their headquarters in their communities, all that is just gonna be to a breach ready to fall. That's evidence against them, and that's something that's gonna swelling. It's gonna swell. It's gonna knock them down, because the Lord has ordained that. Because they have been nothing but men pleasers, false prophets, so on and so forth. This is Matthew chapter 7. I'm going to start at verse. Yeah, I think I had. Yeah, 7:15. All right. This is Matthew chapter 7. I'm gonna go start with verse 15. Matthew chapter 7. Verse 14. I'm sorry, 15. It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. All right. These Christian churches, they are whorehouses. They're the quote unquote, they're the spiritual embodiment of it's not even spiritual. Well, it's spiritual wickedness, but what do you call it? They like the embodiment of Babylon, because literally it's this theatrics. It's just like a theater. It's no true fruit. It says, do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. So come on, man. Most High is not playing. You're not going to be able to bite no fruit. That's just pure thistles and thorns. You gonna mess around and mess all that junk up, mess your whole face up, cause cause not the audience and like, but if anyone that's wicked, um, anyone wicked that wants to try to get their fruits, they're ultimately gonna be trodden down by the Most High, and of course, ultimately, Yahushua, he's coming back as a revenger, as Ajasiah, the demon-like power, as the Holy One of Israel, as the Lord of Hosts, King of Terrors. He's coming back to hewn down that rotten tree with them rotten fruits. And he's coming to cast them in the fire. There's nothing. They're the 2/3 of people are nothing but chaff and stubble. They eat nothing but wood, wood for the chopping and wood for the fire, man. But his elect and the 1/3 is the ones he want to save and comfort him with his wings, his healing wings. All right. But 2/3 don't get that healing because they are not healing our people. They are killing them basically, spiritually. But that's why this is a spiritual warfare, because we gotta fight fire with fire. So our foreheads are hard against their foreheads. All right. So we have the truth, and we go on the highways and byways and street corners where everyone is at. The main place of commerce where everyone sees us. And doing what the same thing that the Lord and his disciples did 2,000 years ago. So we're trying to rehearse the righteous act, so we get our people out of here, 144,000. Lord, what I'm part of that number. All right, this is Matthew chapter 15, verse 4. It says, "Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if they blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." All right, so come on, man. This is Shannon said it again, but Christian churches, and of course these false Israelite camps, they are simply blind leaders of the blind. They're kings, or they're sinners. They want nothing but death, man. They want these communities. They want money. They want quote unquote power. That's not. It's like this place America is spiritually Babylon and Sodom and Egypt and Rome reincarnated. They want to be mob bosses. They want power and money. That's only for Esau to have ultimately, and it's only for him to have for a short period of time. The morning is coming, and if the morning is coming, guess who's coming out? Guess who's coming with that sunshine? With the foot ready for Esau behind. It's Yahushua, man, our king, our big brother, the one that was crucified by Esau and by two-thirds of our people. So what do you think he's going to come back and just hold your hands? No, he's coming back to kiss them behind, because blind will lead them to blind. All right, bars. And because 2/3 of the people went away. All right, they turned their back on the Lord. They backsliding. These heathens, they're doing heathenistic things, and our people following them heathens. And Esau being the corrupt physical counterpart of Satan, man. He got to come back to give this place a healing, to give this place a renewal, and to really ultimately save our people and give us salvation, man. And because these blind leaders are not doing anything to help, because they are false prophets. They're not real prophets. They are destroyers, and they are men pleasers, and they are ravening wolves. Just like Esau, he is a hungry lion that will keep that's roaring, and but that's hungry and wants to devour everything. But the Lord is going to send His Son, and because He's not going to let it happen. All right, but Lord willing, that was the edifying little lesson. It's called Phony Balonies. Men pleasers or just phony balonies. Phony balonies are just men pleasers, But Lord willing, that was the edifying little lesson. With that, I'll say shalom.